Hi, my name is Dominique Spurlock, and myself with Sonia Galvan Torres, Mark Coleman, and Richard Yockey, we will be discussing General Electric, most known by GE. I will be discussing the introduction, the vision, the mission, and the conclusion. Richard will be discussing the SWOT analysis. Sonia will be discussing strategy and comparative advantage, and Mark will be discussing the concepts. Building, curing, moving, and powering. Four things that are essential to keep us growing and thriving. GE was founded in 1982 when Thomas Edison and his company, the Edison General Electric Company, and Charles Coffin and the Thomas Houston Electric Company merged. Currently, GE operates in over 100 countries and has over 67,000 patents and 2 Nobel Prizes. GE operates in 2 large segments, GE Industrial and GE Capital. GE Capital is one of the largest providers of credit globally with 100 million consumer customers and over 1 million business customers. It's responsible for 31% of the revenue GE collects. They provide financing, leasing options, and capital for real estate, corporate acquisitions, and refinancing, as well as restructuring. GE Industrial has 7 sections: power and water, oil and gas, energy management, aviation, healthcare, transportation, and home and business solutions. These are combined to make up 69% of all GE revenue. GE's mission statement is invent the next industrial era to build, move, power, and cure the world. By operating in so many markets, GE is definitely on track to continue completing their mission. GE's vision is to a commitment of performance, a thirst for challenge, and unyielding integrity. They do this by having a passion for their customers, staying growth and driven and globally oriented. They believe every idea counts, playing offense and not defense, and embracing speed and excellence, to name a few.
This is Richard Yockey, and this is General Electric's SWOT analysis. General Electric's strengths are its brand name. It has a very well-known name. It's worldwide known, and it is well diversified. It has, in our paper we've provided, states that General Electric has 26 different bases of operation. These operations are around the globe. It innovates many different products, especially with the green energy movement. It has been at the forefront. It has large banks of resources. It is a financial powerhouse, and it makes steady profits from its endeavors, whether it be oil-driven, market-driven, or corporate airplanes or anything like that. Its weaknesses are it is affected by global issues, any turmoil in the Middle East, Europe, Asia. Any problems are going to affect General Electric because it is such a massive company. Politics definitely guide the company growth. The politicians definitely have a hand in GE and what it produces and where it goes. So that can definitely be a weakness. It operates on debt, which can lead to major problems for the company. The size of the company makes it tough to operate between entities, so that's a weakness. And its government ties can drag the company into trouble, like with the electric car infrastructure movement. It didn't really produce a profit, but the government was influencing it to do so. Its opportunities are the green energy. it's definitely going to be a mainstay for the future. Even though it's not producing real well right now, it will grow over time. The battery-powered cars will be the way of the future. Right now, they're not real reliable, and the technology hasn't gotten there yet. But GE is at the forefront of making this technology a mainstay in our future lives. The government-funded projects are opportunities for them instead of having to use just the capital of GE to produce innovative products. It gets money from the government, which gives it a grand opportunity, and it's tax breaks for doing so. I would say give it a huge opportunity. Threats are the volatile markets. Such a big company that it depends on a lot of different markets, and when any volatility is going on, it is dragging the company down. Low interest rates are holding the company back. With a huge financial sector like General Electric has, it would like to see the interest rates higher to make bigger profits. World conflicts affect it, considering it's a global company. It can be affected by any conflict that is happening around the world. Falling oil prices, it can cause problems for their company, and then it can cause help in other sectors of the company. It's such a huge company, it will be affected on both ends. And government cutbacks can also be a threat, considering it's so intertwined with government operations. If they cut back any part of it, which it looks like they will probably have to with our debt rising, it may cause problems in the operation of General Electric. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sonia Galvan, and I'm going to talk about General Electric's strategy and competitor analysis. To be competitive and to be able to maintain a good market position is one of the main goals of organizations today. A company strategy consists of the competitive moves and business approaches that managers are employing to grow the business, stake out a market position, generate more customers, and compete successfully. Next, I'm going to discuss some of the most frequently used strategic approaches by General Electric. A board differentiation strategy. General Electric is basically following the board differentiation strategy, which seeks to differentiate the company's product or services from rivals in ways that will appeal to a large number of buyers. Some of the techniques used by General Electric in the board differentiation strategy is a very high quality workforce, innovation, better product performance, better customer service, and high technology. Okay. Especially GE commitment to innovation has helped the company survive in such competitive markets and to keep their customers' loyalty. Another strategies commonly used for this type of industries is the low-cost provider strategy. A low-cost provider strategy seeks to achieve a cost-based advantage over rivals. General Electric has used this type of technique at some extent, but like I mentioned before, is concentrating on the board differentiation strategy. We also have a best cost provider strategy. The best cost provider strategy gives customers more value for the money. For General Electric will be hard to use this type of technology since they're using high-tech products, so they cannot have, so sometimes it's hard for them to have low prices. And lastly, we have a focused low-cost strategy, and a focused differentiation strategy. Those two strategies concentrate on a group of customer or a market niche. General Electric wouldn't use these two types of strategies because they don't want to concentrate on a small group of buyers. They want to increase the market position. They want to generate more customers, and they just don't want to concentrate on a small group of buyers. So they won't use these two type of strategies. Following, I'm going to discuss General Electric's five forces model of competition, and I'm going to start with the buyer bargaining power. Buyer bargaining power is buyers demanding lower prices. In General Electric, the buyer bargaining power is pretty moderate due to the company's high quality products. We also have the substitute products. Substitute products is the threat of substitute products, is the threat to substitute products. And in this case, this force is very low as well in General Electric. We can continue with the supplier bargaining power. Supplier bargaining power affects the intensity of competition, especially when the number of suppliers is pretty large. But for General Electric, bargaining power of suppliers is very low as well. We also have the new entrants. New entrants is the potential of new entrants in the industry. And in this case, for General Electric, the number of new entrants is very low due to the customer's loyalty to their brand. So the new entrance is very low as well. And lastly, we have the rivalry among competing sellers. The competition in this industry is high due to the continuous innovation and powerful competitive strategy. Okay, as follow, I would like to show you a graph. I went to Yahoo Finance and I pulled out a table comparison for the past 5 years, and comparing General Electric, the one in blue, and we also have S&P 500, and one of the top competitors of General Electric will be Citigroup, and this is this one here in green. And we can clearly see that for the past 5 years, General Electric has been doing really good compared to the market expectations. We can only see here like a little segment where they didn't do accordingly with the market expectations, but then we can see also a big improvement here at the end of this year. And they started like they ended 2014 with their expectations below the market, and as the year passed, they improved, and they're closing the year. Well, we're now in November, but they're doing really good at this moment. And we can also see that compared to one of their top competitors, in this case Citigroup, they've been doing much better as to them. So this will be the General Electric's competitor analysis, and this will be it for my part. Thank you very much for your attention.
Hi, my name is Mark Coleman. This is my portion of the PowerPoint on GE's core concepts. Core concepts include business strategy, core competence, dynamic capability, mission statement, and values. First, GE's business strategy. A business strategy is focused on the strengthening of a company's market position while building a competitive advantage through single or multiple businesses. GE's business strategy includes its new product introduction, or NPI, which is aimed at increasing operational excellence across the company through process improvements that create market-specific products, improving the quality of product design, reducing product development cycle times, and reducing development costs. Core competence is defined as a proficiently performed internal activity that is central to a company's competitiveness and strategy. Here's a list of GE's core competencies. Technological infrastructure, which includes healthcare, transportation, aviation, and enterprise solutions. GE Infrastructure, water, oil and gas. NBC Universal, the merger of General Electric's National Broadcasting Company. GE Capital, all financial service businesses, commercial finance, corporate treasury, GE Money, and industrial verticals. Okay, dynamic capability. Dynamic capability is a company's ability to modify or reconfigure its existing resources and capabilities in response to changes in the market and its environment. Okay, after the economic recession in 2008, GE has pursued a strategy of expanding its industrial business and cutting back on its finance unit. The refocusing of GE's business strategy was spearheaded by CEO Jeffrey Immelt. Mission statement. A mission statement conveys a company's purpose in such a way that it gives the company its own identity. GE's mission statement conveys the company's purpose in such a way that GE's mission statement is to invent the next industrial era, to build, move, power, and cure the world. GE's mission statement is simple and descriptive, and it conveys the direction in which the company is heading. Values. Okay, values is defined as the traits and beliefs, norms that a company employee is expected to show when doing company business and pursuing the company's mission and strategic vision. GE's company values are embedded in their culture and the day-to-day activities of their employees. GE's value structure is based on three traditions: commitment to performance, thirst for challenge, and unyielding integrity. And that concludes my portion of the PowerPoint. Thank you.
The essential parts of GE's operation are building, carrying, moving, and powering the world. From a merger in 1982, GE is one of the largest companies in the world, operating in more than 100 countries across the globe and employing more than 307 employees. With two major categories, GE Industrial and GE Capital, GE continues to pride itself as an industry leader and innovator. They have not limited their influence in the industrial segment and have not compromised their approach to company values, ethics, and their passion for their customers.